What is up, guys, and welcome back to Power Metal Gamer. Today we are going to do a video response to a good friend of mine here on YouTube called Retro Bro. I haven't done a video response in quite a while actually, and I know that Xander Scullion and some other YouTubers did responses to this video so far, and it's a very, very interesting topic. And that topic is 5 games I love but have never beaten. Now, there might be a lot of reasons why you haven't beaten these games. You probably get distracted by another game, you're working too much, the game is overwhelmingly large, and it's just too much to take in, or, you know, it could be anything which kind of distracts you from the game. So without further ado, I picked 5 games out here that I absolutely adore but have never finished, sadly. Let's get on with it. So the first game off this list is a game developed by Level 5 and published by Bandai Namco here in Europe, and it came out in 2013 for us here in Europe as well. 2 years after Japan, and that game is Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. It's a JRPG, which it kind of plays like Pokemon in a way. You capture all these little monsters and send them around and fight them. You play as a kid called Oliver, and basically his mother is dying, or she dies, and he's trying to save her soul or whatever it is. But I played this first on a demo when it came up on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, I gotta buy this. So when I went out to actually buy this game, I put it in my PlayStation once and I was about to play it, and my sister's kid, my nephew, borrowed the PlayStation and he left it turned on overnight, and it fell down the side of the bed or something in one of the other rooms in the house. And what happened was the battery, or the power core, burned out, and it could have set fire to the goddamn house. But, you know, I hadn't got a PlayStation 3 for a while, and I recently got one for my birthday there, and thank you, Nadine, for getting me that. And I will go back to playing this because it looks absolutely amazing. I'm a huge fan of the artwork from Studio Ghibli. Yeah, definitely a must play game. Highly suggest it to you guys. Now, the next one on my list, I absolutely adored this game when it came out, and I'm probably about 90% through it. I've beaten all the bosses, and the game is Dark Souls 3. Now, I like to play these games solo. I've done Bloodborne solo, I've done Dark Souls 1 and 2 solo. I can't get my hands on Demon Souls, I would have done that solo as well. But Dark Souls 3 takes the fucking cake. I got to the Nameless King, and I've fucking maxed out nearly everything I have. But I had a lot of really cool weapons, and I can't beat the Nameless King. And I refuse to get people in and help me. I'm just one of those stubborn motherfuckers that just, I have to beat him on my own. I can't beat him because there's 2 parts. There's the one with the dragon coming around, he's flying around on a wyvern or whatever you call those things. And then you fight him on his own, where he just takes the fucking biscuit, man. I can't beat him. So there's only him left, and then the last boss, and I haven't finished it thanks to those dudes. So yeah, it's all really fucking difficult. I think he's probably the hardest boss I've ever fought in Dark Souls. You know, now some people are good at fighting those bosses and some people aren't. It's kind of how you play and what you're equipped with, really, isn't it? So, but yeah, Dark Souls 3 is a fantastic game, but I can't succumb to bringing someone in to help me out, you know? Bail my ass out! Next game on the list is a game on the PlayStation 2. It was developed by Capcom, and it was kind of the spiritual successor to Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins, and that game is Maximo! Now, Maximo is an action-adventure hack-and-slash game for the PlayStation 2, but what makes this game so hard is when you lose all your lives, you lose your continues. Yes, you have continues, and you cannot fucking save it. Well, you can't save it, but your save file will be all gone and stuff if you lose all your continues. It's so incredibly hard. It's so fun, though. You play as Maximo, and he's going to save the princess. Same kind of concept as, you know, Ghouls and Ghosts, you know. But it's a really, really good game. The second game is more forgiving. It's called The Army of Zin. I would highly suggest checking this game out, but it's balls to the wall tough. It's just as hard as Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I haven't actually finished that one either. I finished the one on the Sega. But yeah, Maximo is a really, really good game. Plays really well, but hard as shit. Now, next game on my list is a PlayStation 1 game, and it's a turn-based kind of RPG, weird mix. It's called Vagrant Story, and it was published and developed by Squaresoft. And you play as a guy called Ashley Riot, and you fight against all these kind of monsters in the dungeon. But there's a lot of weapon crafting, and the game is really, really interesting. The graphics were kind of when it came out around 2000, a year before Final Fantasy IX. But you play as a guy called Ashley Riot, and he's trying to track down one of the bad guys. I can't remember his name at the moment. The game is so brutally difficult if you don't have the hang of the mechanics. When you lock onto enemies, it's like a big sphere, and you can like hack arms and legs, and each enemy has a certain weakness. It either could be his legs, his arms, his head, or his torso. And it's a really good game, but it's highly, highly difficult. Well, it was when I was younger, so it kind of turned me off playing it. I do love it, but it's hard as shit. Vagrant Story on the PlayStation 1, guys. Check it out. You might actually finish it nowadays if you're older and you kind of know how things work in the game. And you get lost in it as well. It's just like, holy shit, you get lost. Now for the last game on my list, I actually haven't got a copy of it here. I bought it twice already. I got the Collector's Edition. It's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I bought the Collector's Edition on the Xbox One. I put about 60-70 hours into it. Never finished it. Got sidetracked by something else. The world is so fucking intense. Like if you leave a game like that for so long, you won't go back and play it. It's kind of like that. So, and then I got attached to my PlayStation 4. That's my #1 go-to console. I bought it on the PlayStation 4 and played it on Death March difficulty. Got by White Orchard. I got to Novigrad. Haven't went back to it. So I gave my copy away on the PlayStation 4 to my cousin because he hasn't played the game yet. And I bought Trev. You might remember Trev from the show. I bought him the Game of the Year edition, and I realised, the Game of the Year edition has all the DLC on the fucking disc. So there's like no download codes in the box. And I was like, I have to buy that. So that's the reason why I got my cousin on PlayStation 4. And yeah, I've never went back to it. I put about 60-70 hours into it on the Xbox One easily, and then about maybe 9 hours on the PlayStation 4, and I've never finished it. The Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games ever made. But yeah, look at me, I'm a piece of arse. So anyway guys, thank you for watching, and let me know down below in the comments what games you love but you haven't finished, or even do a video response, and I will be highly interested in watching it. And as always guys, I will catch you next time. Keep the power.